All right, welcome to Off the Dome. It is, I don't know why I was going to say the date. I never do that. Also, I don't even know when this is releasing. But we're going off the dome today, as we always do, with Dan, AJ, and Joe. How's everyone doing this week? Joe, let's start with you. I feel like you usually talk last on the show. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing well, actually. I've reached my final form of being a Caucasian American man. I saw Zach Brown Band live at
Brutal.
Nice.
PNC, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. It was I got a ticket was a gift, and the show was a gift at the end of the day. So very much very much aboard the Zach Brown train that I kind of purposely avoided for a long time.
Is that the first concert you've been to since COVID?
Uh, Professional band, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm still just waiting for a good
Singing
one to
singing
come
on
through
the
Dallas.
toilet doesn't count.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for I would go see basically anyone right now, but there's nothing good coming through, or really nothing coming through DFW. But AJ, you're going to music festivals, right? Is it this month?
Starts in September. I got four lined up. We'll see how many stick through the fall flu season.
Yeah. Yes, the vaunted fall flu season that has been canceling
Yeah.
music festivals for years.
Watch out for the Delta variant.
Dan, how you doing? Before we get into a big COVID discussion here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
I'm
I'm
good.
good. Yeah, things are definitely like going back to normal, which is nice. Feel like so this week I went to the theater for the first time since
Nice.
COVID, and also went to see a live football game. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool to go to
What did you
both.
see?
I saw Come From Away again.
Of course.
I've seen it like last probably 2 years ago or so, but yeah, I saw that, and then went to see Fulham play Middlesbrough at home. But yeah, very I got quite emotional, to be honest, to go back to doing those kind of things, and yeah, nice to be back in those environments. And even if the result wasn't the Fulham result was pretty like boring, it was 1-1, but yeah, nice to be back to normal and doing stuff as it was before. It's like something kind of, I don't know, like getting back to those events just feels like mentally you kind of unlock as well from that the kind
Yeah.
of COVID or lockdown state as well. So yeah, generally feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I went to a big wedding this weekend. Shout out Kyle Dorsey. Congrats on getting married. But yeah, it kind of felt the same way. It was fun, being on the dance floor with 100 other people, and it was really good. Awesome wedding, by the way. Really good one.
Exchanging pheromones, smelling people's
Mm,
BO.
yeah,
Oh,
we were actually just spitting into each other's mouths.
nice.
Yeah, it
Nice,
was
yeah.
awesome.
Classic wedding tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic. Dan, you've got the topic this week. We're going off the dome with you. You
Yep.
were truly off the dome, as you didn't remember you had to pick the topic until like 20 minutes ago. So
Yeah, literally. Probably about an hour ago. But yeah, had no prep done. Off the dome, as it should be, as it should be. So what I've decided to go with is the ultimate Olympic broadcast. Now, the as we're recording, it was yesterday that the Tokyo 2020 Games came to a close, and I watched a ton of the coverage of the Olympics this year, which was great. And because of the time zone thing, it wasn't necessarily watching events live, which is quite rare for me to not watch sport events live. But actually, it worked out quite well. So it's kind of like a pre-packaged Olympic show every time I watched it. So what we're going to draft today is the ultimate Olympic broadcast. Now, there's 8 things you will be drafting. Number 1 is an anchor for the show, so they'll be in the studio anchoring the whole thing. Then you have 2. I think you call them analysts in America. We would say pundits in the UK. 2 former Olympians that will be in the studio, but they may also provide some commentary as well for the events. And then you'll have 3 Olympic events that will be shown during this broadcast. You'll also have a field correspondent who will be down there at ground level at the games, feeding back to the studio. And then finally, we have a broadcaster. So I guess a channel or a network that this will go out on.
Okay.
So,
Can you choose for the anchor and the field corresponding? Are those in the same pool? Can we choose?
Yeah, I think so. We'll put them on the board. Obviously, they fit into their slots on there. But yeah, I think those can be interchangeable because basically anyone can be an anchor and anyone can be a field correspondent.
Cool.
There's not. I'm happy with that. If you want to mix those up.
By the way, before we start, I just want to say last week Dan won last week's draft. I do love the fact that I think people only look at the graphic and they think that this is exactly what we're bringing to the table. My dad was very confused by some of the picks from last week as to why we would willingly choose to have that as part of our movie, not realizing that it all goes into one big draft pool.
Your dad is just totally exposing himself as not watching.
As not a fan. Yeah, exactly. And Joe, you hardly got, I don't think, even a vote.
Well, listen, I didn't claim to have a great team last week. I'm becoming very bored of my strategy. We clown on AJ for his rambunctious decision making with some of these. I've played it safe every draft. There hasn't been a draft where I've really had like a major regret or had to really defend anything. So depending on how this shakes out today, we might see a little bit of a different strategy from me. But I'm not going to out AJ. I have to play my game. But I just feel like these low risk, kind of low reward picks are not doing it for me.
Yeah, having
spice it up a little.
Having watched back the show last week before uploading it, I thought of an alternative title, which was Innocent English Man Blindsided by America's leading 3 Pepe Le Pew criminologists in vicious attack. But I thought I'd just go with the normal title for it, and it felt like sweet justice when I won. So yeah, it's all good.
That's great. Could have at least put that as the description or something.
Yeah, no, that's really good actually. So this week's draft order, we've got Dan, me, AJ, and Joe. Joe, I think I texted Dan before. I think you picked last for about 2 months in a row. But it means we've gotten your list first for about 2 months in a row. So you start us off with the draft pool here.
All right, let me pull it up here.
Okay. Did you watch any Olympics, AJ? I know you're not much of a sporting man these days.
I'm trying to think. Have I actually watched? I haven't watched a whole event. I've seen some clips.
Yeah, that's about what I've done as well. I watched some swimming, but yeah.
And yesterday was the first time I checked the medal count and saw how we're just absolutely clobbering everyone.
As we do every year. And honestly,
I don't know why the rest of the world puts up with this. They should be they should be advocating to take half of the events, cut them, and put in events that are only played in Southeast Asia, like volleyball with your feet. How is that not in the Olympics yet? Because it'll at least kind of even some things out.
Well, they're cutting baseball for breakdancing, so there goes a silver medal for us.
Right out of my mouth.
Nice.
And softball, right?
And softball, yeah. But that's just for next year, I think, just because it's in Paris. It'll be back for LA or for 2024.
It's kind of I think it takes a lot of the gloss away from the Olympics when you realize that it is quite literally just the countries that spend the most money on sport and supporting athletes. That's all it is. And I think the most stark contrast is China, who either win or come second in the medal table, who have a population of 1.4, 1.5 billion, and they get 80 medals, 90 medals every Olympics. And then India, who have basically the same population, or 1.36 billion, and they got their first gold medal in 13 years at this Olympics. And it's just you've got one that's piled billions into supporting athletes and sporting excellence, and then the other who hasn't, and it's just sort of a very stark contrast, and that's where the UK do very well, but we have the national lottery that basically funds all of our Olympic athletes, and that means that we can finish like second, third, or I don't know, third or fourth in the medal table pretty much every Olympics. But yeah, it would be cool to have an Olympics that was purely like based on talent and natural ability rather than how much money, how many athletes can you actually support to chase their dreams.
Yeah.
Or we take over the Olympics and we make a
Well, the
pool
US
of
or us?
Olympians. We do.
Okay.
We do. 4 of us. We take over the Olympics and we do it. We get all of the Olympians in a pool and then draft them for which event they're going to be competing in. So these are like world-class athletes, but you might have Katie Ledecky on the uneven bars. That would be entertaining as fuck.
That would be fun. Well, what if, AJ, what if we do this too, is in order to broadcast these Olympics that you've decided, we take a bunch of, broadcasters and former Olympians and events and a broadcast network, and we put it all into a pool, and then we draft that for how we're going to distribute it.
Good transition, Jake.
I've been ready. All I had to do was pull up the spreadsheet. Ready for 2 minutes. And just quick question: what's the difference between an anchor and a broadcaster here?
Oh, sorry, the broadcaster. I'll change that to network.
Okay, got it.
Makes more sense for you guys. So yeah, the anchor is a person, and then the network would be like the channel.
Okay. All right. So for anchor, I'm going to go with Barbara Walters.
Okay.
Former Olympians.
I don't know many Olympians, so I'm struggling with this a little bit.
There's a ton of basketball players.
Yeah, I was gonna.
true.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So we'll go Stephon Marbury,
Nice.
and does this have to be summer?
No, it doesn't actually. Yeah, that's good.
Can I go Polo Ono?
Go with.
Who is that? Is that a figure
Oh
skater?
yeah, he was like
Yeah,
a
figure
skater.
Okay.
Polo Ono.
Yep.
Events, we'll go cup stacking.
Okay.
Is that an Olympic event?
It
It is
probably
now.
will be at some point.
Yeah.
Do these have to be true Olympic events?
Don't go too far off the.
Yeah, they're gonna be, like, competitive.
If I mean, I'm sure competitive cup stacking exists. So
Yeah, it does.
yeah. But yeah, as long as it's an actual sport of some sort.
Blackjack. That's for me. And swimming.
Okay. Just what? Pick a specific swimming, or do you want just? Are you guys fine with just swimming as the event?
Yeah, swimming's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Your field correspondent.
Field correspondent. We'll go with OJ, who used to be a field correspondent.
He basically is on Twitter right now.
He is accused of murder.
Mm.
And network, we'll go with the Oprah Network. The O.
Ah, nice. The O Network. Nice. Thing so many people
Get
have.
your O faces ready.
AJ, you're up.
All right. My anchor is Will Ferrell as Ron Burgundy.
I like that.
So do you want me to put Ron? I'll put
Yeah,
Ron
put Ron
Burgundy.
Burgundy. I think people will know.
Former Olympians will do Usain Bolt.
Nice.
Get him back in the mix.
Okay.
And who's that figure skater?
Apollo Ono.
No, the figure skater.
Isn't that what Apollo Ono did?
No, he's
it's
like a
He's a speed skater. He's a
Yeah.
speed skater. Yeah, you're right.
The one that Margot Robbie just played,
Oh, Tanya Harding
Tanya Harding. Um,
just played like 4 years ago.
for events, I'm a little out of touch. All right, my pop culture. We got the biathlon. Is that cross country skiing and shooting?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, we got biathlon. We got
Cool.
bobsled.
I was hoping you would do the biathlon and the triathlon and the decathlon.
And the decathlon.
Yeah, perfect.
My field correspondent will be Jose Canseco,
Mm.
and the network is Al Jazeera.
Do you know Jose Canseco, Dan? You familiar with that name?
I'm familiar with the name.
Former disgraced baseball player.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to remember the name of who I want. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, broadcaster. I will go with the great Mike Tirico, Italian.
Yeah.
Mike.
What is the why is he so beloved?
Mike Tirico?
Yeah.
It's because he's Italian.
I mean, that's
He's a Goomba.
one thing, but when the broadcast went out in the basketball game and he had to like take over, like everyone on Twitter, Mike Tirico, he's a pro's pro. Nobody else can do this. He's so boring.
No, I can't stand Mike Tirico. I have no idea why. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. I'm with you, Joe. All right, so for my former Olympians, I'll go with Ben Johnson. And then I'm also, you'll get the whole Tunisian pentathlon team here.
Is it Tunisia?
Because, hold on, let me just read this for you real quick. So in the 1960 Rome Games, the Tunisian modern pentathlon team got off to an epically poor start. Started off with each member fell off their horses, followed by another athlete almost drowning, and then another disqualified from the shooting section because he accidentally shot a judge. So you get that whole team in your broadcast.
That's amazing.
I will go for events. I will go with the speed walking. I'll go with table tennis, which is my favorite event, and then I will go with I'll go with breaking because we've got it coming up next Olympics. But breakdancing, I can't remember if it's breaking or breakdancing. For your field correspondent, you'll get Pauly Shore, and then for network, I'm going to go with Redbox. Go back to last week. These are packaged out, right? So.
Oh God.
Okay. Anchor, I will take John Travolta.
Nice.
Former Olympians, I will take LeBron James and Michael Phelps, but he's high. So Michael Phelps brackets high.
Okay.
And then events, I will go with the 100 meters, men's 100 meters, I guess.
Okay. For running yourself.
Yeah, running. Yeah. Soccer.
Okay.
Actually, women's soccer. We'll go with women's soccer.
Nice.
And the final event, I will take the pole vault. Field correspondent, I will go with Rob Reiner. And then network BBC.
Nice. All right. Dan, the board is
I got
yours.
first pick.
Yep.
I think I will take. Yeah, I'm going to take Ron Burgundy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good pick.
The
people will
Anchorman.
watch.
Truly one of the only goat really on the board of his
Yeah.
category.
Yeah.
Yes, true. All right, I'm gonna go with swimming.
Nice.
My favorite event. The one that I'd want to watch the most. AJ. Are you taking red box first pick? In true AJ fashion.
Possibly. Now let's take Barbara Walters.
Okay.
It's my anchor.
Not a bad choice at all, Joe. You've got 2 picks.
Yeah, give me the men's 100 meter.
I wanted that.
Yeah, that's a strong pick.
Yeah. I really wanted that.
And I guess Usain Bolt. Below
Seems like the right pairing there. AJ, I feel like there's not a lot of good picks left somehow.
not at
We're 5 picks into the draft, and
This is strange, guys. I am gonna go. I'm gonna fuck it up, and I'm gonna take John Travolta as my field correspondent.
okay.
Ooh.
Barbara Walters and John Travolta to start. Love it. All right. Not a lot of great broadcasters left. But I will go with let me go with the decathlon. It's my
Damn
second
it.
event.
That was my next pick. It's a good event because you get basically all of the, well, not all of them, but a lot of the track and field
Yeah,
events.
I'm thinking of, how many. Let's go for quantity here. So I got all of the swimming, got the decathlon.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, interesting situation. I will take. I think I'll go with the biathlon because that's quite interesting. Skiing and
Yeah.
shooting.
Especially if done in the summer.
And
Pretty
then
cool.
see, actually, I shouldn't try and talk my reasoning through. And then I think we'll go with the pole vault. That's the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm gonna go ahead and take Tanya Harding. I feel like that'll make for a pretty interesting broadcast. Everyone wants to hear what Tanya Harding's got to say these days. Give me Tanya on my team. AJ.
Okay. I'm excited that breakdancing is going to be an event. I think it's going to be lit. I think it's going to get a lot of young watchers. I mean, I've seen competitive breakdancing, and I'm like trying to picture it at the Olympic level. I think it's going to be fun. So I'll take that as my first event.
Great pick.
Good pick.
I was between breakdancing and Tanya Harding, so I was hoping I'd get it on the way around.
Yeah, my
was one of the anchors backspaced?
No, AJ took John Travolta anchor as his field
Oh, I didn't realize
correspondent.
he was. Oh, wow.
Yeah. AJ
Yeah.
prioritized the people here that are going to be talking about the events
Over the events.
over the events themselves, which
Yeah.
is a good strategy,
I mean,
honestly.
These events are not going to be too interesting by themselves.
And what were you going to say? What was your strategy?
No, I was just gonna say like I think mine was between breakdancing or pole vault, but I just thought because we haven't yet had breakdancing at the Olympics, how people will perceive that, like, because unless you know that it's going to be at the next Olympics, you might just think, how does that work? But
Well, also skateboarding was terrible. I was excited for skateboarding, and it was awful. They
lot
got
of
like
crashing,
20
maybe.
seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
So breakdancing, who knows how they're going to do it this time around. But sorry, Joe, you got 2 picks.
So if this was the old me, I'm taking women's soccer and BBC, 100%. Right?
Yeah,
Two safest picks left on the board.
but the new Joe.
However, everybody's eyes lit up when they see cup stacking on the events list. And because it has not been an Olympic sport yet, to see the best of the best compete has never quite happened yet.
Yeah.
So you're really just scratching the surface of the potential of the sport. So I'm going to make that event number 2.
Okay.
And I think he was great at his job. The only reason he got fired was because of the accusations. And I think if people are going to tune in to watch him, and he's easily the most commanding presence on Twitter when it comes to Twitter videos, then that's OJ. So give me him as the field correspondent.
Yeah. Oh, it's a new Joe. I love it.
It's a new Joe. It's a new day. It's a new life. I was gonna go for cup stacking on my next pick, so that is a testament to
See, I'm thinking like you.
to your new strategy here.
AJ's gonna shift this whole show, and now we're all just gonna start drafting like AJ did.
All right, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take table tennis.
Okay.
I think table tennis and badminton are like low key, super exciting things to watch.
Yeah.
You might not be like super invested into who's playing who, but the actual feat of it should be pretty interesting.
Basically just for the clips. You'll be getting clips from the show. I'm gonna take speed walking. Because have you seen the videos of people shitting themselves while they're speed walking?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
It's unbelievable. So I need it on my list.
Nice. I will then take LeBron and Michael Phelps as my 2 picks.
Remember, hi, Michael Phelps.
Yeah, hi, Michael Phelps, which would be hilarious.
Which you got to assume will be great. Yeah. All right. So comes back to me. I was going to take hi, Michael Phelps there. Let's we're going for quantity, right? On this draft is what I said. I'm going for quantity. So the most quantity left on the board is that Tunisian pentathlon.
Damn it.
I got the whole team. Easy pick.
Damn it. That was my next pick. I thought that I would get it on the turn. But, oh well. All right. Well, that loses some pizzazz for what I was thinking here. Who's Ben Johnson?
He's the runner that cheated.
Canadian
Just like
guy.
every other runner.
Red eyes or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go Paulo Ono as my former Olympian.
Okay.
I think he's already been on the air as a
he is a broadcaster.
as an analyst. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one on this
He'll be solid.
list that I think is actually a broadcaster. Joe, you've got your anchor, you've got one more Olympian, an event, and a network.
Yeah, I am going to take BBC. But that's
Smart.
do need a little bit of intelligence here still. And
You're not going full AJ yet.
I mean the Conseco OJ sent like could just be unbelievable. But I really don't know if I could justify that to the people. Pauly Shore. Oh man. Give me bobsled. I mean, there's a movie about it. There's movies about blackjack, I guess, too. But
great movies about blackjack. But better movies about bobsled.
Yeah,
for sure. AJ, your pick. You've got an Olympian, you've got an event, and you've got a network as well.
Has Jose Canseco ever been in the Olympics for baseball?
Don't think so.
I don't think so. I think this was the first year, right?
Yeah, this was the first year that it wasn't just amateurs playing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting.
You were trying to take him as your Olympian, former
I was.
Olympian. Yeah, I like that.
I
like that
was.
move.
I'm kind of tossed up between the O Network and Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera's definitely got the most watchers, the most viewers, but I don't know if I want that. I don't know if it like really speaks to what I'm creating here.
What are
Yeah.
you creating?
A broadcast. Broadcast. I think Barbara Walters and John Travolta, I think they'd fit better on the O Network. So
You're taking the O Network?
Take
Okay.
the O Network.
To me, the O Network was the worst on the board.
You
I'd
think
rather
so?
have Redbox than the O
Worse
Network.
than Redbox? Who's
Yeah.
gonna go to Redbox
Think about
and
the
and order 28 DVDs of the Olympics?
Think about the $1 billion deal you could make with Redbox if that was the only way you could stream it. I'm going to I'll take Al Jazeera then. It's my network. Sorry, Dan. I think you've got stuck with Redbox now 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I'm lucky in the sense that no one in the UK knows what Redbox is.
Yeah,
so
true.
This is kind of a free hit. Right, so I have a field correspondent and an event.
Yes.
So I'll go women's soccer as my
Okay.
event. And then seeing as... Wait, I need to ask some questions. Is this Tirico guy, is he cancelled?
No, not canceled.
All
He's
right,
just
well,
boring. Yeah.
Boring, okay. I'm trying to think out of those four who people actually know the most, because I feel like Paulie Shaw would be the funniest field correspondent there, but do people beyond us four really know who Paulie Shaw is?
Dan's pandering now. Pandering to the people.
Yeah. Also, the pandering thing, I think that's a very American term. I'm guessing from all the times I've ever showed any working out, you guys say pandering. What do you mean by pandering?
Basically, picking for the graphic. You're picking so that way people will vote for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm picking for myself as well. I'm just thinking who, I don't know Jose Canseco, Tirico. I know Rob Reiner, but it's a bit random. So I will go with Paulie Shaw because Luke will vote for me.
Okay. That was going to be my pick there, Paulie Shaw. I have two people to pick. Not a lot of great options. But people do. I'll pander a little bit. I'll take Mike Tirico. People seem to love him. I don't know why, as Joe and I discussed. But yeah, give me Tirico. He's got experience at least. So AJ, you've got an Olympian left and an event.
Yeah, I'll take Big Head, Starbury.
Nice.
Big Head.
Good old Big Head. We'll have to get some different camera lenses to try and correct that. He's gonna take up the whole screen. You can't even see Ono.
So this is pretty cool actually. I like Ben Johnson here because you can talk to Usain, a guy who did it the right way. They can have
You're really leaning into the running with your broadcast.
Yeah. I mean it's got a lot of eyes on it. It's a lot better than pole vaulting. But this could be a nice little morality discussion between Usain and Ben, the regrets he has.
And OJ.
Yeah, OJ's famous for running from the cops.
And I can't have Canseco be a part of this, but I feel like Canseco and Tirico is just a nightmare too.
Yeah.
So I got to go with Rob Reiner.
All right. So AJ, that leaves you with blackjack, the famous Olympic event blackjack.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm considering that it's going to be like a table full of Olympians who are all betting and trying to be the last one at the table, and it should be interesting.
All right. So I've got Jose Canseco, absolute nightmare. Did not want Jose Canseco, but it is what it is. He can talk about A-Rod and how J-Lo was trying to sleep with him or whatever that whole story was. So I don't know. I'm not happy with it.
And,
But
what did he lose to Jake Paul in boxing or something recently?
he lost to Barstool intern Billy
Yeah,
Football.
Oh yeah, Barstool intern.
Yeah.
similar
Got
energy.
dismantled by that guy.
But I will say I'm happier with Conseco Al Jazeera than I would be with Pauly Shore or Redbox. So as Dan is. So yeah, there you have it. There's our Olympic broadcast. AJ, you kept talking about what you were going for. So why don't you talk? What were you going for?
No.
I'm trying to create cohesion here. And this may have been my safest draft, honestly. Picking Barbara Walters straight off the bat. There weren't a lot of good anchors, and she's tried and true. She's not super interesting. She's not going to get you excited about sports, but she's going to get you the story, And so, with all these other things happening, I think she's going to get you, get you there. And then, I didn't take a whole lot of risks. I think my events are a little alternative, but that's what anybody would watch this for. They're not going to watch it to listen to Stephon Marbury, but
Not wrong.
I think looking at the other teams, Dan's got a great lineup.
Especially with Ron Burgundy.
Nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to go watch that because it's not going to be on TV. And
But you chose the O Network. There's like 15 subscribers to the O Network. There's about 15 to
not
20
true.
people in America that have it.
That is not true. Let's see how many viewers are on the O Network.
It's low 60,000s.
To be fair, like none of the networks are good.
82 million pay for the O Network.
False.
70% of households with televisions in the United States.
No
Bro,
way.
Oprah's on everything. People watch her every day. It's just
Yeah, but you
on.
don't have Oprah. You just have the O Network.
Yeah, but you got Barbara Walters and John Travolta.
Dan, do you watch the Olympics on BBC in the UK? Is that where they're
Yeah, the
broadcast?
two broadcasters this year were BBC and Eurosport. They were the two with it, but yeah, I'm thinking in America, BBC
Yeah.
is an odd choice, and then
Or
Al Jazeera for the same reason. Al Jazeera is worse, if anything, in America. To have Al Jazeera and the Tunisian pentathlon team in a country that largely disapproves of a certain religion is probably a no-no for ratings.
True.
Yeah, but there's 1.5 billion people that watch Al Jazeera, and that's
Al
the
Jazeera is
draw.
great.
It's-
I love Al Jazeera News is
Yeah.
like one of the best news networks that we can watch, but I just think interesting choice. It can't be any worse than Redbox.
No, it was a great option, sir. I should have taken maybe Pauly Shore, to avoid Conseco. Joe, you went early with OJ Simpson. How are you feeling about your AJ draft?
I feel really good about it, actually. This might be this is exactly what I was looking for, and I had a very clear plan, unlike somebody else, and I think I executed that plan perfectly.
All right. Well, this poll, we get more of a response on the Instagram stories, so we'll go up on that. Feel free, you guys. I'll send the graphic out, and you guys can put it on your stories as well. Set up a poll. We'll pool all the votes, see who wins next week. AJ, are you choosing the next topic? Is it your turn? Yeah, you've teased us that you have a really good one. So we'll see what we've got there. But yeah, that's our draft. Go check out our old drafts if you haven't seen them. I will give the last word this week to Dan. Dan, you've got the last word. Close
I thought you were gonna give it to yourself. I was like, oh, it's nice that you finally took the last.
I did that
word.
last week. I gave the last word to myself.
Oh, you
last
did?
Week. Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
did. Why don't you watch our shows?
Shows
AJ?
how much I pay attention.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan. The floor is yours.
The final word. I will say that I think the Paralympics should take place before or simultaneously with the actual Olympics. I don't think it should go after the Olympics because there's this big closing ceremony and people go, oh, the Olympics is done, and then they put the Paralympics on. Why not put it before? You'd get more viewers, and it would be like a nice like intro into the Olympics. So yeah, that's the final word.
Pander.
Think about it.
It's like having a birthday the day after Christmas. It's just like the emotional wave has crashed and nobody cares.
You heard it from AJ.